Hey, so anyway, from that, the Dolphins getting ready to travel tomorrow to go play Cleveland. I didn't say much about this. Now, I don't know if it's going to be the case. Things could change, but they're saying there's a good chance it's going to rain the whole day. And second of all, the winds could be 50 to 60 miles an hour. I mean, I figured, okay, 20 miles an hour, 30. Hell, I'm not sure if you can take off on an airplane, you get 50, 60. We might be staying there.
Yeah, you might be moving to Cleveland. Is this officially a narrative game now? Is that back?
Yes.
The narrative?
No. This could be like
you talk about cold
only
weather,
difference, but it's not cold. It's
violent wind is
65 degrees.
Violent winds though are equally detrimental to the weak armed.
The cold, yes, but the cold weather's by itself.
Hey, by the way, I don't know
They've
how much
even got
that other
degrees.
quarterback is going to be able to throw either.
No, he's
I don't
in
think
the
he's
same
very
boat.
good. So
no,
there'll be a lot of running the football in this game.
I'm guessing usually when you have this kind of weather, both teams, doesn't matter who you are, unless you got. The joke used to be with us, Dan Marino was weatherproof, but I'm not allowed to say
no
Dan Marino.
You could say Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes or Lamar. Or any of those guys would be fine.
We could do he's weatherproof.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers' arm looked weatherproof last night. So, by the way, that Joe Flacco still slings it.
Joe Flacco threw, yeah. By the way, that's one of the reasons he's
what a bunch
still
of
playing.
Losers that was trading that guy to a team that you're competing with there.
Oh, they're
they're
just getting killed. I mean,
how do you do that?
Well, so the difference is Cleveland doesn't have very much talent on that team.
I know, but to give a team like that, like, hey, we're
that receiving core, good luck.
But why help a team like that in your division? I don't. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no. And by the way, I said this before, there was a time when Cincinnati and Cleveland really didn't like each other. Do you remember when the coach stood up?
Yeah, now we're in an era where they're like, oh, well, we need a quarterback to fill in for Joe Burrow. Here you go.
Yeah, it's crazy. Actually, Woody, you're right. It was just stupid. And then last night was just a PR nightmare. Not that Flacco won the game in Cincinnati, but Cincinnati's fans are talking about, chanting about how these guys, thank you, Cleveland, for giving us.
So they're
Flacco.
3-4 now? Like they have 3 wins and they've been without their starter. And
well, I'll tell you
I'm not so sure how good that team is, but they
didn't waste any time going, our backup is not very good. We got to get somebody in here, and targeted right away Joe Flacco. Still got a really good arm. By the way, made a nice run. Got outside the pocket, made a nice little run for a first down. So, and then Aaron Rodgers last night is this talk. And sometimes when you don't like somebody or you really disagree with them in today's world, which is happening more now than ever, you just go, like, he's not very good. I go, no. And I fought with everybody. I go, no, Aaron Rodgers. No, he's not that good. He lost it. You can't win with him. I go, okay, well, you say whatever you want to say. I'm telling you, he can still throw it as well as more than half the quarterbacks in the league, if not more. And last night, if you saw the throw, not to mention he still threw it 70 yards in the air because we saw it with the Hail Mary at the end of the game with just a few seconds left. He let one rip from about the 30 last night. But he can still throw it, man. He made a throw that to put him in the lead, where there's a little area open. He got outside the pocket, slid outside the pocket, and just let it rip about 40 yards down the field. Just got there quickly before the safety and corner could get there, split them, and tight end took off for a touchdown on the play.
So Tua's passing yards are down to 194.5. I think someone told me they were 215 before they announced what the weather was going to be.
Yeah, this is not this weather.
Does he shock the world and sling the ball around out there?
No, they'll throw it short. They're going to throw our passing game is basically a short passing game. We got to throw out the first 2 years of that. And I've learned first of all, Tyreek's gone. He's injured, as everybody knows. But the throwing it down and all the throws that we did before.
So are they changing up the game plan right now? And I was curious, and I know we're not supposed to talk about, the guys you played with or whatever, but when you found out the weather was going to be bad, did they change the game plan around?
So you know the deal. I just said that. So
Okay.
you're trying to stir it up.
No, I'm not trying to stir it up.
No, Dan Marino. Actually, I've told this story, and I tell it at banquets. We were playing in Baltimore, and they were still the Baltimore Colts.
So I'm just setting you up for a good story here.
Well, you weren't, though, but I'm going to tell it. So we get up, and the room was freezing anyway, and he got up, and I hear him get up, and he opens the curtain. He goes, "Oh, my God, it's snowing." And I thought, and, what's he going to say next? And he says, "This got 4 touchdown passes written all over it." He said, "They'll never be able to cover our receivers." Went out through 4 touchdowns in the game. And that's all I could, you get on the bus, the game's over, and I'm going, damn. He said, and it snowed the whole game. And he's throwing corner routes and takeoffs and square. And again, it's a bad example because he is weatherproof. And the ball, whether it was 20 below zero or 90 degrees at the Orange Bowl with humidity matching, the ball got from point A to point B very quickly, as the stories have grown through the years. He was weatherproof, man. We had a rookie quarterback come in a little bit later on, and we were laughing about it. He's a former Gator quarterback, got a rookie tryout with the Dolphins. So we went out. It was really windy one day, and I thought it was funny. The guy was getting ready. And he looked out. He goes, "Oh, it's kind of windy." And Danny goes, "Yeah, I don't know if you should come out here today." Guy didn't have very good arm. I laughed my ass off all the way. I was like, man, he just had great confidence, man. Just didn't matter. You never went with Dan Marino to a game. And this is it. I'm done with the Dan Marino stuff because it ain't helping. He's in his mid-60s now, and he ain't coming back.
Someone said, why don't we try Wilson for this game? I know they're not pulling Tua right now, but
no. He thought, we've been.
I hope this doesn't look like that Chiefs game, though. That playoff game, that ice game. And I know that wind was a big factor in that game.
It's hard for me to imagine. I don't know if I've ever been to a football game that had 50 to 60 mile an hour winds.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I've seen cold weather.
Anyone, though, fairness.
I've seen cold weather, but throwing it, you start talking about.
But it must have been pretty windy at that Chiefs game, right? I mean, you probably couldn't even feel your body at that point, but
I know a lot of guys.
Who they stick down there on the field? Is that Bo?
A lot of guys got stuck
down there.
They wouldn't let him go.
They wouldn't even let him.
Told him he had to go up. It was a health hazard.
Mm.
They made everybody. It was mandatory. The stadium made it mandatory that anybody that wasn't working with the teams for that Kansas City Chiefs game, which, by the way, goes down as one of the coldest games in the history of the NFL. So a terrible example. Patrick Mahomes, it didn't affect him as much, but that was a friggin' cold game, man. I know I came home sick as a friggin' dog from that game. That was a wild one. Hey, we've got 7 o'clock hour coming up. Larry Bluestein going to join us as we continue. I'm not, and by the way, why didn't you stop me? I thought we weren't allowed to do, and you purposely in a roundabout way.
Because I think we need stories right now, man. I have a feeling Sunday's game might be ugly.
Well, if it's 40 to 50, if it's rainy and 40 to 50,
yeah,
everybody's game was going to be.
I'm with you. I hope you can come home.
I do too.
That's my main.
So
concern.
that was when I heard 50 to 60, I went, oh no. They might say it looks like these might be all night. And if that's the case, that plane ain't taking off. Be hanging out.
You got a nice hotel in Cleveland, at least? Do they have a nice hotel there?
Yeah, rock and roll, man. Of course, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They got nice hotels everywhere in Cleveland.
Have you ever been to that?
No, not.
You don't. Oh, that's right. You don't do
top
tourist
of my
things.
list. No, I'm not.
You're not a tourist guy.
No, I'm usually not. Woody, thank you. You and the kids go do that stuff. Tell me how it is.